the fire, feel the spark. We are one inside the dark. Call me to the beat, make me move, make me complete. Every breath, every sway takes the fear and pulls away. Call me to the beat, where the dark and light compete. Lose control, don't retreat, just surrender to the heat.
Feel it in the ground below, where the ancient stories grow. Steps I take are not just mine, they carry voices lost in time. Every beat a thread unspun, leading back to where we're from.
The rhythm knows my mother's name, and every joy and every flame. I move for those who came before. The spirit dances at my core.
This isn't just a song we hear, it's the sound of those held deep, rooted deep beneath our skin. The beat reminds us where we've been.
Our roots run deep, through every drum, through every beat. We are voices of the land, moving strong hand in hand. Our roots run side, feet to the ground. Every beat a sacred sound.
No more hiding from the storm. We were born to break the norm. Hands raised, eyes on fire, moving fast, climbing higher. Let the rhythm strike the air. We are lightning everywhere. Feel the rumble deep within. Let the rhythm draw you in. No more silence, only sound. We shake the world around.
Drums like thunder, tear the sky as we go under. No retreat, no surrender. We're alive, bold and stronger. Drums like thunder, roll through us like no other. Every step, a roar, a cry. We were made to touch the sky. Don't look back, don't slow down. The rhythm wears the crown. We march on wild and free. Drums let our legacy. Drums like thunder, tear the sky as we go under. No retreat, no surrender. We're alive, bold and stronger. Drums like thunder, roll through us like no other. Every step, a roar, a cry. We were made to touch the sky. We were made to touch the sky. Run with the rhythm, feel it flow. No fear now, just let go.
Chasing light across the land. Heartbeat racing, feet in sand. Every step a call to rise. Under open blazing skies.
No more walk, no more wait. We dance through every open gate. Eyes wide as awake. This rhythm's ours to take.
Close your eyes and take the leap. Drums will hold you when it's deep. Let it shake, let it spin. This is where your life
destination, just a sound lifting us off the ground. Run with the rhythm, let it move through your system. We are fire, we are flame, never coming back the same. Run with the rhythm, feel the beat, feel the prism. No more chains, no disguise, only truth behind our eyes.
In the dark, they speak again. Shares in the wind.
I walk where silence used to stay, but now the rhythm shows the way. A voice beneath my every step, calling what I can't forget.
In every grain a hidden name, a fire glow without the flame. You move like truth beneath my skin. I hear the beat, I let you in.
No more words, just the sound of something sacred underground. Drums remember what we lost. Every echo comes with cost.
Whispers in the dark, calling back what once was on. Through the rhythm we return, let the past and future burn. Whispers in the dust, moving slow but moving just. Let the beat reveal the truth, buried deep but born in you. Whisper to me through the dust I see you and me endlessly. Nights no longer hide in fear. The beat has brought me crystal clear. I follow where it always goes, into the dark where spirit flows. Whispers in the dust, calling back what once was us. Through the rhythm we return, let the past and future burn. Whispers in the dust, moving slow but moving just. Let the beat reveal the truth, buried deep but born in you.
Whispers freeze in the dust, do they call? Still they trust his word. Still they trust. Whisper in the dust, still they call. Still they trust his word. Still they trust.
Feel it move, feel it shake. the dust, we write our names. No rules here, just untamed flame. The drum don't stop, the fire grows. We move where the wild wind blows.
Barefoot spinning in the heat, baseline tangled in my feet. Close your eyes, now let it lead. This beat is all we ever need.
Every second, every breath, we escape what's left of death. In the rhythm we are free, only truth and energy. Wild heartbeat, feel it under our feet. We don't break, we don't sleep. We just dance where the shadows creep. Wild heartbeat, no retreat, only heat. When we move, the world aligns to the rhythm in our spines. Oh, can be tamed, we're unchained. Just the sound remains. Can't be louder than the night. No fear left, just pure flight. Every drop we own the floor. We don't stop, we want more. Wild heartbeat, feel it under our feet. We don't break, we don't sleep. We just dance where the shadows creep. Wild heart, no retreat, only heat. When we move, the world aligns to the rhythm in our spines. Wild, wild, wild. Golden light across the sea, calling who we're meant to be. Woke to the sound of morning drums. New day rising, here it comes. Dust on my skin, fire in my chest. The rhythm guides me to my best.
Steps align with every beat. Sun and sky beneath my feet. No more waiting, time is now. This moment shows us how.
Lift your eyes, don't look down. Let the rhythm lift this town.
We are light, we are flight, dancing straight into the light.
On the horizon, we're rising, we're rising. With every beat we soar. Don't need less, we want more. Oh, golden horizon, no disguising. Our hearts know the way. We're shining in today. Afraid to lose the night. We were made to burn this bright. Let it move through bone and breath. This is life, this is death. Golden horizon.
step into the light, leaving behind the night. Ash on my skin, heart full of smoke. The past broke me, but I never broke. Each drum it clears the air. I rise now fully aware.
Burned away who I used to be. Now I dance in clarity. Every turn, every spark takes me deeper through the dark.
Let the rhythm burn away everything we couldn't say. No regrets, no remains, just power in the flame. Through the flames we go, with the fire in our soul. Let the rhythm purify every tear we used to cry.
Through the flames we fly, leave the ashes where they lie. In the heat we're made anew. Only truth is breaking through.
Through the flames we burn, we rise, we change. Every ember speaks our name. Smoke behind, future clear. We move forward, free from fear. In this blaze we found our way. The beat became our break of day. Through the flames we go, with the fire in our soul. Let the rhythm purify every tear we used to cry.
Through the flames we fly, leave the ashes where they lie. In the heat we're made anew. Only truth is breaking through. Only truth is breaking through.
Step into the light, let the rhythm make it right. I walk through silence, through the haze. Now I dance in open space.
Drumbeat cuts through every chain. Only truth in this refrain. You reach through all I try to hide, lifting me to the other side. Now I move with nothing to fear. In this rhythm I appear.
We're not running, we're not lost. Every heartbeat worth the cost. No more hiding from the sound. We rise and we are found. There are no shadows here, just rhythm loud and clear. Let the drum be our light, dancing through the night. There are no shadows here, just you and me sincere. The rhythm sets us free, exactly who we're meant to be.
echo through the flame. We've unlearned all the shame. In the beat we found our way. This is more than words can say. There are no shadows here, just rhythm loud and clear. Let the drum be our light, dancing through the night. There are no shadows here, just you and me sincere. The rhythm sets us free, exactly who we're meant to be.
Exactly who we're meant to be. No exactly who we're meant to be.
Heartbeat like a drum. Can you feel it come? Through the night it proves a song.
Voices rise with the flame. Every rhythm knows my name. We move like wind across the land, and the beat lives in our hands.
Bare feet kiss the ground, spinning slow to the sacred sound. Eyes closed, I feel your fire, lifting me up, taking me higher.
Hold me in this flow, where only spirit goes. The drum line guides our way, where night dissolves the day.
This is the drum line of the soul, where we lose all control. Every thump, every rise paints our story in the skies. Drum line of the soul, more than rhythm is whole. Let it take, let it lead. Every beat is what we need. Oh,
Lift me with your sound. Turn the world around.
you and I, no space, no time. Just rhythm, love, and spine. No words can shape this life. We are music in the night. This is the drum line of the soul, where we lose all control. Every thump, every rise paints our story in the skies. Drum line of the soul, more than rhythm, it's whole. Let it take, let it lead. Every beat is what we need.
Every need,
Drum line of the soul.
looking back into the dust. We leave the track, sand beneath, sun overhead. We move where wild spirits tread. Each drum beat a distant roar, guides us where we've not been before.
No map, no chain, just soul and flame, calling out my untamed name. Your hand in mine, the storm begins. We dance where silence ends.
Hold the night, feel it bend. This rhythm has no end. From the ashes we arise, underneath the open skies. Into the dust we run, hearts burning like the sun. No fear, just beat and trust. We're born again in dust. Into the dust we fall, where echoes answer the call. No more past, only us, fading slow into the dust.
Into the dust. Into the dust. Into the dust. Into the dust. Into the dust. Into the dust.
Eyes forward, fire inside. Across this land so vast and wide, we vanish like the wind we ride. The drum our only guide. Into the dust we run, hearts burning like the sun. No fear, just beat and trust. We're born again in dust. Into the dust we fall, where echoes answer the call. No more past, only us, fading slow into the dust.
Through the fire, through the wind, let the ancient song begin. I heard the voice beyond the trees, whispers wrapped in midnight breeze. Footsteps fall where spirits tread, their rhythm wakes the sleeping dead.
Eyes closed, I feel their cry. The drums rise up, the night replies. In your arms, I feel the flame. Every movement speaks their name.
We are the echo, we are the sun, bound by the rhythm outside time. No past, no fear, no shame, only the beat that speaks our name.
Caught in this dance, we rise again. A thousand hearts, one refrain. Hear the call of the engines. Feel the power and vibrations. Through the dark, through the flame, we return from where we came. Hear the call of the engines. Drums don't lie, no hesitation. We are one, we are free. In this beat, eternity. We are wild, we are free. We are wild. In this beat, eternity. Feet on soil, sky so wide. Feel the pulse we cannot hide.
Roots beneath, stars above. We dance in circles, lost in love. Every step connects the ground to ancient song, still spinning round.
Night wind carry sacred sound. You and I, where peace is found. In your rhythm, I belong. We are one, we are the song.
Let the drum light show the way.
We don't need the words to say. Hearts align, no need to speak. Just the rhythm that we see.
Feel the pulse of the earth. Every beat, every birth. We are fire, we are rain. Washing clean all the pain.
Feel the pulse of the earth. Every breath, every word.
Moving slow, moving fast.
Every rhythm meant to last. Rise with me. Spin and breathe. We are free.
In your eyes I see the drum. In your eyes the sound has come.
We don't run, we don't fear. The pulse is now, the pulse is here.
Feel the pulse of the earth. Every beat, every birth. We are fire, we are rain. Washing clean all the pain.
Feel the pulse of the earth. Every breath, every word. Moving slow, moving fast. Every rhythm meant to last.
Feel the pulse
drums ignite what's deep inside, rising high, we won't hide. The spirit moves, don't ask how, just give in, just feel now. Every step, every sound, we lift up from the ground. We lift up. We lift up from the ground. Under stars we begin, let the rhythm pull us in. I walked alone through fields of time, then I saw your eyes meet mine. Drums began and hearts aligned. In your light I come alive.
Whisper floating in the breeze, magic carried through the leaves.
You and I, a sacred tune,
Dancing under the baobab moon. Close your eyes, feel the beat. Barefoot souls, nothing to keep. Let the night speak through our skin. This is where we both begin.
under the baobab moon. We move like rivers to a tune, bound by rhythm, wild and free. In your arms I find me. Under the baobab moon, no need to leave, no need to swoon. This love is old, this love is true, and it beats in me and you. Dance with me, slow and true. The moon knows me and you.
Leaves above, the earth below. In your light, I've come to know that love's a rhythm, never done. A song begun beneath the sun.
Under the baobab moon, we move like rivers to a tune, bound by rhythm, wild and free. In your arms I find me. Under the baobab moon, no need to leave, no need to swoon. This love is old, this love is
from deep inside.
Dust on my skin, breathing the night. Your eyes glow wild in fire. Steps align with the ancient beat. Our hearts crack, raw and sweet.
Heat between us, thick as smoke. Every word a sacred stroke. No escape, no turning back. The drums our path, no track.
Feel it coming through our bones. Drum is humming, truth unknown. No need
To speak, no need to run. The rhythm's already begun.
It's the rhythm of our blood, pounding louder than the flood. With the fire, with the rain, dancing through desire and pain. It's the rhythm of our blood.
Carved in song, sealed in mud.
In your touch, I find my name. Nothing here will stay the same.
Wash me in this beat, bury me so sweet.
No gods above, just sky and sun. We rise, we fall, unbound. Hold my soul inside your hand. To this rhythm we stand. It's the rhythm of our pounding louder than the flood. With the fire, with the rain, dancing through desire and pain. It's the rhythm of our blood.
Carved in sound, sealed in mud.
In your touch,
I find my name.
nothing here will
This is more than love. Echoes of the drum, calling where we're from. Moving through the night, hearts alive, burning bright. Echoes of the drum, we become the hum. Bound by ancient tones, we are never alone.
We are never alone.
We are never
Whoa. Ooh, oh, oh. We gather in the light. In the jungle of sound, I hear your praise. Moving closer, shadows dance with death. The moon is high, our souls collide. We're chasing time, side by side.
smoke in the air, hearts in the trance. Every beat is a sacred dance. You whisper truth I can't deny. In your rhythm, I come alive.
Fire on the skin, we feel no fear.
Lose the world, let the rhythm steer. Close your eyes, become the sound. Lift your soul from the ground.
Midnight ritual. Feel the spiritual. Let it burn, let it flow. From the drum, let it go. Midnight ritual. So habitual. Bodies move, spirits rise. Underneath these sacred skies.
Let it rise, let it rise. In your eyes I see the sun.
Step by step in sacred lines, we cross the space divided time. This love we found, it's not by chance. It's carved in sound, it's in the dance floor.
Midnight ritual. Feel the spiritual.
Let it burn, let it flow. From the drum, let it go.
Midnight ritual. So habitual.
Bodies move, spirits rise.
Some blades cut truth, some cut sin. The sharpest ones turn inward, then begin.
My first blade was silence in a room full of doubt. I learned quick what a whisper carve out. Not all wounds drip, some bleed slow, some slice through time where the mind won't go. I held steel thoughts like I held the pain, wrapped in prayer but soaked in rain. When I cut ties, I ain't leave no seams, just ghosts in the closet and blood on dreams. Knives ain't weapons, they stories folded in hands of men too broken to hold it. Mama said never run one in hand, but I walked my whole life on blades and sand.
A blade can pray or it can kill, depends on the hand and the kind of will.
Seeking peace to conceive, the patient swings ahead in.
Ain't no choir when the cries go unheard, but the Lord hears the hush, every whisper, every word.
I seen angels in rags and demons in robes, priests with clean hands but they pockets corrode. Truth never shouted, it creeps in the folds like a moth in the hymn book, eating the code. My shadow got secrets and won't even show me. Been baptized in fire by fake ones who own me. Street signs preach, every crack got a homily. Sidewalk sermons, the bricks wrote a rosary. Church bells silent but the Glock got a choir. Every bullet sings psalms through a wire of fire. Pigeons on the steeple done seen the whole tale, but they only school warnings when heaven grows pale. I read pain like it's cursive on my brother's wrist. Sermons in a scar, ain't no Sunday miss. Preachers sip gin from a teacup amidst, while the choirs breathe a small from apocalypse.
The loudest truth don't make a sound. He heard me cry when none was around.
Bible on a dash, but the seatbelt lies, cause I still flew through hell with my hands untied. Cross on my neck, but the faith in my chest got bruises where pastors just passed the test. I seen moms make miracles with lentil beans, and pops taught God with a switchblade lean. Taught me never trust a sermon that don't bleed. If your words don't limp, then your soul don't read. Graveyards whisper in the language of doubt. I've been taking notes where most just shout. Crucifix crack, but the silence still glows. Ain't no thunder in truth, just the softest of blows. Life be a parable with verses erased, where the good die young and the crooked get praised. I speak to the wind like it's kin to my name. Even silence got echoes that never explain.
The loudest truth don't make a sound. You heard me cry when none was around. Even the quiet can shake the sky. The Lord still listens, a dolphin in the sky. Wrote my sorrow on the wind. Heavy read it line by line.
These ain't raps, they etchings in gold leaf grain. I script the streets gospel with sawdust in my veins. Ink drips slow like blood from a debt unpaid. Call it scroll work, each bar been blade made. My breath fogged up the windows of tombs, where I wrote my first verse in a smuggler's room. Paper had creases like my grandmother's brow, and the lines held weight like a priest taking vows. I've been cooking crack with the book of Isaiah. Soul in my wrist, every flick wrote a prayer. The judge couldn't read me, my scrolls too coded, but the devil took notes every time I loaded. Lessons in Latin ink smuggled through heat on wax. We spill truth that don't fit in the tweets.
If it's ancient, it's sacred, no cap, just law.
You could die from a comma or a single claw.
Every letter caught in cane, still the parchment won't complain.
I pen for them brothers with ink on they back. Tails tattooed from business, the system won't redact. I ain't read Psalms, I bled mine on receipts. From bodegas where the preachers don't preach, they eat. Scroll work on my soul like Damascus steel. Sharper with the page than the stainless feel. I fold my bars like the prophet's rolls. Where it seems high sins and the silence glows. Every rhyme's a relic from the project's tomb. Like scriptures buried in the basement room. They say truth is written by victors. Nah, we write truth with the victim's scars. My stance is brave like a lifeless breath. Measured in bars, no time left. I pass my verses through wax like contraband. To the beat caught fire from my calloused hand.
He wrote the world and never spoke. The scroll still turns with every stroke.
The crown ain't gold, it's the fire in your word. The king speaks once and the silence is heard.
My first rhyme was a glyph in the pharaoh's tomb. Scribe with a spliff lit under crescent moons. The block taught me syntax, verbs, and chalk. Where bullets skip beats in the alleys talk. They said speak like a man, so I whispered in storms. Learn silence got teeth and the truth performs. My tongue ain't mine, it's a bloodline's echo. A slave's last chant, a prophet's falsetto. Mama said, son, your voice can cut iron, so I sharpen each word like a verse from Zion. Use slang like scripture, cold like psalms. Every phrase built bridges between devils and gods.
He don't wear gold or wave no gun. His kingdom lives on the edge of his tongue.
My voice been court case, war drum and psalm. Lit candles with vows, raise hell with calm. I spoke to the wind and the wind took notes. Now hurricanes quote me in murder coats. Tongue heavy like chains on the ship floors cry. Still I spit like the North Star split the sky. A rebel with a rhyme and a 5-point stance. Every syllable a brick in my ancestors' chants. Didn't stutter when I faced my fate. Just spat truth so sharp it split the gate. No mic in my crib but the pain was live. So I rap to the roaches just to feel alive.
He don't wear gold or wave no gun. His kingdom lives on the edge of his tongue.
Now I ghost write thunder in the ghetto dialect. Every pause is a prayer, every line's architect. I spit for the new kids who dream in fire, and spit back scripture when the block retire. Tongue been dagger, flag and drum. Broke whole empires with the breath of one. I was born with no throne, no robe, no sword. Just a chipped tooth, cracked, stupid lord. So I write for the fallen in jail, the undone. We ain't lost, just buried beneath the sun. And I still speak slow, cause the wise don't run. If truth got a weapon, it's the king's own tongue.
He don't wear gold or wave no gun. His kingdom lives on the edge of his tongue. The throne ain't built on marble stone. It's built where voices stand alone.
The throne ain't gold or marble stone.
It's built voices stand alone.
Smoke don't lie and ashes speak in the quiet rooms where prophets weep.
I learned to read pain in the margin notes. Every page scorched with forgotten quotes. A library where the shelves lean tired, full of burned truths they once admired. I write like I'm boxing with God's regret, dodging fate in a verse that ain't finished yet. My bars ain't bars, they confession booths, lit with the lanterns of ancient truths. Every rhyme I write's like a sermon smoked. The ink runs red where the paper choked. I spit to Rochelle what the fire erased, where the mass and the facts got laced.
They cry in fire. These swirl movies blaze a fire. If books could bleed, they cry in fire. Each swirl movies page a fire.
The silence got louder where the stories burned, and the index curled where the pages turned. I walk through halls and memories sin, where the light gets judged and the dark gets in. Ash in my lungs, but I still recite from a script that was kissed by forbidden light. Truth ain't clean, it's stained and scarred, wearing robes of ink with a prisoner's guard. I rhyme for the ghosts in academic chains who died unnamed in invisible flames. I built my verses from what they trashed, knowledge rebuilt from the library of ash.
Some walls are woven, not built with stone. They whisper soft truths when you're left alone.
1,000 threads in a grave cloth tailored. Truth got buried in a tongue that's jailed. I speak like cathedrals inside of a scroll, where each word's a tremor in a trembled soul. Velvet tombs for the rich and crooked, silk lined, guilt in a verse they overlooked. I moonwalk on shadows the kings deny, with a crown made of echoes from the martyr's cry. Blueprints buried in a shepherd's dream, where the lambs wore masks and the wolves wore cream. Every metaphor's a secret tucked in plain view, and the ink's just tears from what time withdrew.
Bury me soft in a tomb of velvet. If truth still breathes, I'll rise and tell it.
I seen maps in the folds of a widow's laugh, where the cracks in her voice drew a hidden path. The pyramids whispered when the lights went low, said don't trust the throne when the roots don't grow. I rhyme like a monk in a war-torn dusk, balanced on syllables and verses I trust. These ain't bars, they coins for the river ride, each one stamped with the face of those who lied. Pages stitched to the skin of belief, where the doubts turn seeds and the silence speaks. I spit for the orphans of forgotten gods, where love wore rags and the truth limps odd.
Bury me soft in a tomb of velvet. If truth still bleeds, I'll rise and tell it. Lay down the lies like linen clean, and I'll wake again from a velvet dream.
Time don't bend, and time don't bend. It just leaves salt at every end.
Yeah. I seen kings cry in empty mansions. Gold won't hold you when regret advances. I move like a second-hand slice of fate. Every tick I spit adds weight to the plate. Time taught me pain ain't just in the bruise. It's in the dreams you postpone and lose. I wrote rhymes on receipts and summons, turn poverty's drum into warfield percussion. People freeze frames, I bleed through reels. They flex on gram, I flex on ideals. Every bar's a grain in my life's device, and I still taste salt when I sacrifice.
So sour tears of the clock. Truth drips slow when the hands don't stop.
Some moments rot while you hold them tight. I let them go and watch wrong birthright. The hourglass don't flip when you bleed, it flips when you bleed or when fate intercedes. Lessons came like thieves in coats, taught me morals get sold by men in quotes. I trust time, but I read its face. A broken dial still runs the race. I don't measure life by years and games, but by the silence between two trains. Between the beat and the pause I breathe, and leave grains of thought in every creed.
So as hours, tears of the clock. Truth drips slow when the hands don't stop.
The past don't speak, it just stings your tongue. And
time writes hymns in a dead man's lung.
Ten candles tall in a room gone cold, burning slow prayers nobody told.
I was born with a quiet cry soft in the breeze, where the truth feel heavy and the lies get teased. Mama lit 10 candles, said each one a vow to light the parts of me I ain't figured out now. We walk through winters with our heads wrapped in psalms, hope tucked in pockets, no coats on our arms. Each verse a flame, each flame a fight, each slain to sermon stitched into the night. I speak in smoke from a time long past, when the wise talk slow, when the proud talk last. The spirit don't shout, it hums through the floor. 10 candles flickering behind a closed door.
10 candles tall, with the night too wide, whispers of heaven where the hurt can hide.
10 candles fall, but the night too hot. Some hurt is all.
See, faith ain't a jewel you just keep on display. It's that crack lamp still burning anyway. I've been broke like bread on a Sunday plate, but grace always come, never early, never late. I write my blues with a quiet ink, a hymn for the lost who ain't had time to think. 10 candles tall, each wick a sin that melted in the wax for the prayer begin. My feet still remember where barefoot bled, my lips still tremble with the words unsaid. But light is a promise dressed in flame, and 10 candles tall still spell my name.
10 candles tall, but the night too wide, whispers of heaven where the hurt can't hide. 10 flames good when the silence calls, some prayers stand 10 cannons long.
I gave my sorrow to the stars, but grace still charged me.
I bartered my sleep for a verse in the wind. Spoken tongues till the mirror wore thin. Grain of the prophets, breath of the priests. I write scripture where the ink don't cease. Born with a minarets hum in the rain, and deals with the heavens, got blood in the grain. Folded my past in a talisman knot, and traded my name for the grace I forgot. The veil don't live till your truth go blind, so I spat out gold from a rusted mind. Every rhyme is a trial, every word a blade. In the barter for grace, every debt gets paid.
What do you trade when your name won't save you? Grace don't come till the fiery grace you. What do you trade when your name won't save you? Grace don't come till the fiery makes you.
A dove on a rail, but a snake at the gate. Every soul got a currency tied to fate. I walk through the sermon with stones in my hand, ready to bleed for what I don't understand. Kissed the Quran and I slept by the Torah. Dreamed in Sanskrit, woke up in horror. Wrote my last will in the margins of light, still bartering breath in the middle of night. Came here barefoot with the voice of the Psalms, hands full of ghosts, heart full of qualms. And if they ask what my silence cost, tell them I bartered for grace and nothing was lost.
What do you trade when your name won't save you? Grace don't come till the fiery makes you. Don't win the war in the soul, this soul. And grace don't knock, it just takes hold.
The wind don't warm when the soul gets sold, and grace don't knock, it just takes hold. I said my prayers in the trees, but the wolves knew how to read. They ain't hunting for meat no more, they hunting for faith. Teeth in the scripture, blood on the gate. The pastor got caught with the serpent's grin. Now the pews all silent while the shadows grin. I've been baptized in alleyway sin, with a bottle full of verses in the path of my kin. I spit psalms where the candles flicker, where wolves wear cloth and the lion sounds slicker. One prayer for the brother I lost, one shell in the clip for the double cross. And if grace still count in a world like this, let it fall like ash on the ones I miss. One prayer for the brother I lost, one shell in the clip for the double cross. And if grace still count in a world like this, let it fall like ash on the ones I miss.
Easy prayers when the preacher don't cry, so I send mine low where the silence replies.
Yeah, I built my chapel out of bed steel bars and lit candles with rage under burned out stars. Grew up where halos get pawned for a meal, where the truth sound fake and the fake sound real. Confession ain't safe cause the booth got ears, and the wolves wear ties while they sipping your tears. I met God in the back room with blood on the floor. He said preach when you're broke and pray when you're sore. So I keep my psalms with a switchblade live, and I love like a sinner, forgive like a sieve. The choir's still humming while the jackals feast, but I walk like a man even when I'm a beast.
Wolves eat prayers when the preacher don't cry, so I send mine low where the silence replies.
Smoke don't rise, it waits below, right where pain forgot to go.
Seen crows on the wire playing jazz with the breeze, where the ashes of the city settle soft on your knees. I'm the whisper in the payphone, scratching God's plan, making miracles with nothing but a lunchbox and a jam. I've been broken 5 dialects, rich in one soul. Had to rhyme in all war zone where the truth got sold. Every bar's like a riddle wrapped in prayer and stress. I make the beat breathe different when my mind undressed. I got jokes for the warden, wise lines for the trap. So clean, even bugs in the wire start to clap. The city's my canvas, I tag it with ghosts. My flow's like a crosstown bus, never comes close. Put the pen to the page and the sky took notes. Now my rhymes walk with halos wearing trench coat quotes. I'm the ash in your lungs, the smooth in your burn. A punchline with a passport, I laugh when I learn.
The city weeps in subway tones, still I hum through shattered bones.
Came up where the roaches knew the DJ's name, where the blues wore gold fronts of the whole pack game. I spit facts like a hustler reading psalms out loud, and drop gems like my pockets just broke from the crowd. Yo, I'm a joke in a courtroom, still deadly as proof. Got bars so slick they could lube God's truth. You laughed and you cried and you hear what I meant. I'm the echo of your father when the rent got spent. See, my mind's a museum, my flow's the tour. You don't need translation, just pain that's pure. I bend verbs like vendors twist funnel cake, turn a metaphor to food and a simile to steak. I'm slick talk with a purpose, flip chalk to a sermon. Got wisdom in my wallet and the devil still lurking. So when the sun don't shine and your prayer ain't loud, just remember my verse is a smoke ring proud.
Ash don't float, gets cold and dies, still the soldier shattered bones. Hearing the same
Midnight crack like broken glass. Hope walks home on shattered glass.
Yo, slick tongue laced truth in a diamond studded sermon. I was preaching through the speakers while the preacher was still learning. Tales from a crib where the Bible got gust, and the only time we bowed was the load or the trust. I put jokes in my rhymes like I hide grief and a laugh. You try to play me, I ghostwrite your epitaph. My pen got a pinch and every line got old money. Punchline swing like Sugar Ray when it's sunny. I'm the paragraph the devil tried to redact. Still showed up like karma wearing all black. Every metaphor got 2 passports to the blade, one for the flight and one for the masquerade. AZ apostle of the project halls, where the real saints got mugshots on the walls. I spit chess moves, coat them in charm and gold. Even my jokes quote Confucius when taught.
I lead on in every line, still I burn and still I try.
I bled ink in the booth, still the pad ain't full. Only thing I ever ducked was a question from a fool. Street prophet with a pension plan and karma. They call me smooth cause I turn war into draunch lines like taxes. Everybody gon' pay, jokes so slick, even mirrors look away. I'm a choir boy in snakeskin, angel with a temper. Every line's a burner, but I rhyme like December. Kept the crown in the crate, never wore it in public. Said too much truth, and they called it disruptive. I'm the lesson in the laughter, gospel in the grime. Still 2 steps ahead while they stuck on the rhyme. These verses got a scent, frankincense and gunpowder. And I whisper my prayers louder than they holler. See, I ain't here for applause or applause breaks. I'm just a poet that the prayer still translates.
Street songs written in diesel and grace. Still I sing from a broken place. The stones were loud, but the silence sealed. What holds the gods ain't what they build.
Villain with a trowel in the temple of the sky gods, mixing crushed halos with ash from the I-Ching cards. Tails in the cracks, more to breathe in between. Held Olympus together with a cough and a dream. Architect scribbled but forgot what binds, so I filled divine gaps with grime and rhymes. Scroll in the mask, keep secrets in the grout. Rappers talk bricks, I thought where they shout. Spit like a mason's ghost taping the blueprint. Speech bent, each vent leaks a new hint. Whispers in the wall joints, plotting divine frauds. I'm what they don't see, water between gods.
Stone on stone and crown on crown, but the truth lives deep where the weight comes down.
I mix lime with a sigh from a burnt sage breath. Build lines in the dark where the marble forgets. Paint hieroglyphs in cement dust. Cloak 'em in ash, coding the curvature. Facts in the flash. Mummify the beat, wrap the wax in verse. Every joint I touch holds a planet curse. The gods play chess with cathedral bones, while I patch their cracks with a microphone's tone. Language in brick form, syntax of soot. I stitch up the heavens with tar underfoot. You hearing hymns from the space that bonds. My rhyme book reads like the space between lines.
Stone on stone and crown on crown, but the truth lives deep where the weight comes down.
Doom lay verses like sacred repairs. Filling holes in the gods' cracked stairs. Bubble in my hoodie, blueprints in my palm. Speak slow like thunder, trapped under calm. Chisel syllables where the choir won't hum. Scripture stuck in between tongue and drum. The echo you ignore is the realest applause. I ain't the pillar, I'm the silence that draws. Concrete sermons in a villain's dialect. Spells in the residue, truth in the specs. More to hold history, glue of the frauds. I'm the mask in the middle, between gods.
Stone on stone and crown on crown, but the truth lives deep where the weight comes down. The what they missed, now what they built for what they missed. The soul.
I break codes in the kitchen with a triple beam. Cook math on the stove while I'm serving these dreams. Got a 9 in the drawer, but my weapon's my mind. Where I'm busting off rhymes that collapse space-time. Yo, I flip scripts like birds over corner chalk. Talk slick and your crew disappears like quarks. Vinyl hits, knife click. The cipher is deep. We write theories in the street while the universe sleep. Check the barcode on the shell case, trace to Saturn. I move weight in equations, keep matterns. Cabin, quantum thug, got galaxies on payroll. My plug ain't Colombian, it's a black hole. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. I snipe thoughts from rooftops, encrypted in slang. Blueprints etched on bullets, engraved in bangs. Spin vinyl with equations. The DJ know that I rhyme in Morse code when the speakers blow. Hey yo, I wore a crown of Mercury in the courtroom. Told the judge, your honor, gravity is my goon. No mask, just a page in the chrome philosophy. I wrote my own laws, then filed them in prophecy. My enemies talk, then vanish in decimals. I spit verse that make mathematicians tremble. What street is the arc of the Glock? Parabola. I write rhymes that fold space like spatulas. Stay woke like the scope of a cosmic hit. You either dead or divine in the math I spit. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. Counting sins on the abacus blade, where the math of the streets gets paid. Down, down, down.
map your road. Even if the stars don't show, he knows. Watch your step, even shadows leave trails. In a tenement shade where the whispers roam, live a boy who believed he was carved from stone. He wore second-hand dreams stitched in threadbare pride, and his prayers sounded rough, but they still reach high. He'd step through alleys, rhythm and shoes, learning hard lessons from the cold brick blues. Old heads told him don't trust the smoke, but the only maps he had were in riddle and joke. He read sidewalk cracks like sacred scripts, each pothole a parable, each bruise a glyph. Didn't need a preacher to find his grace. He saw halos glow in his mother's face, and when the nights grew long like winter's tongue, he'd hum to the wind, I ain't yet done. He rode my path with fire and stone. Every stumble still brought me home. Invisible blueprints, silent and wise. Even the dark can testify. Met a drifter once by the old steel fence. Said truth ain't loud, it speaks in dense. Showed him a scar shaped like a folded map. Said this one taught me to never collapse. So the boy took note, no pen, no pad. Just carried each tale like a nomad's bag. He walked through thunder past dogs in doubt, but his soul had rhythm, couldn't knock it out. He danced on curses, whistled through pain. Each raindrop told him his purpose and strain. And when folks asked who guides your climb, he'd smile, the one who don't follow time. No wires, no screens, no flashy chrome, just footsteps echoed on cobblestone. From my pack with fire and stone, every stumble still brought me home. Invisible blueprints, silent and vibes. Even the dark can testify. Time flip, baby high. We're gonna find all this.
Black, brown hair. Now it's just puddles and ghosts with a crossover.
Used to be 5 games waiting for chain nets, side bets, boom boxes, and respecting sweats. He had that first step flash like a blade, crossed him so bad they walked home in shame. Taught college scouts at 15, full ride, whole block knew was jumping like the Psalms they recite for one summer. Keith Rose and pride got loud, and the boy in the crowd let his envy out. Shot rang mid-pivot, tore the court in half. Ball bounced, lonely crowd, frozen gas. Knee gone, dreams gone, news gone quick. Just a mural on the gate with his name in script.
Rain on the shot clock, street forgot the score. Where legends used to dribble, only thunder hits the floor.
Now we limp past the court on his way to the store. Got a cane, 3 screws and a limp in the core, but he still watch kids play when the sun dry lines. Eyes glassy with memories that ain't rewind.
He whisper plays to himself, goes coach in the rain. Calls fouls, no one hears. His name's like prayers again. Sometimes he shoots alone, just shadow and splash. Wears a torn Knicks jersey, same one from the crash. The backboard cracked and the clock don't tick, but in his mind it's a finals game, full court, real quick. No scholarships now, no crowd to erupt. Just him and that rim, and the past all scuff.
Rain on the shot clock, street forgot the score. Where legends used to dribble, only thunder hits the floor.
He still show up when it pours.
Still think the rim remembers him, maybe it do.
He ain't even 5 feet. But when he sit on that crate,
The whole avenue look up to him. He sat on that milk crate like it was carved from stone. Plastic crack, but the way he leaned made it a throne. 50 in his sock, little blade in his cuff. Didn't sell much, just watched who bought stuff. He knew who ran late, who blinked when they lied. Count every license plate, just by the ride. Lil Kev, no father, no chain, no gold tooth. Just ears wide open and a knack for the truth. He ain't play ball, said that ain't my sport. His hustle was info, sold word like his pork. Told Rico, cops hit the back road at 2, told Marlon. Skip that block, the kids
kids know you. On that grade, you see the whole world move. Stoop King, Alley Bishop Street like roof. Quiet as a whisper, but the block know the code. When he sits down, all the stories unfold. Wore Payless kicks, but his game was laced. Saw the future in smoke and every face erased. Watch Miss Tanya cry after Dre got hit. Then told her where they dumped the burner and split. Didn't need stripes, didn't need no crew. Just him and that crate, and the sky turned blue. Sometimes he hum old tunes as Nana played, while dealers argued who's shorter was stayed. He knew secrets, who had heat, the stroller, who stole from the plug, who's a snitch, who's a soldier. But he ain't speak, just nodded and leaned. Wore the city sins like they stitched in his jeans. On that crate, see the whole world move. Stoop King, Alley Bishop Street like proof. Quiet as a whisper, but the block know the code. When he sits down, all the stories unfold. One night it rained, heavy like guilt. He ain't flinched, just sipped from a thermos he built. Watch cops question a fiend who ain't talk. Then watch that same fiend die in the dark. He carved his name in the bottom of that crate, next to tally marks, initials and fate. Said, if I go, don't make no mural. Just pass the seat to someone loyal. Now the crate stay empty, she move on, but the spot still breathes like it know the song. Kids walk past it like it ain't no thing, but every OG nods like seen a king. On that crate, you see the whole world move. Stoop King, Alley Bishop Street like proof. Quiet as a whisper, but the block know the code. When he sat down, every lie got told. He who would it drum? He who would it dress? He who would it drum? He who would it dress?
Some all in the front, dice game in the back. Even the Lord got two eyes, one hoping for that.
It's Sunday morning, bell rings sharp at 11. Ladies in white step light like they floating to heaven. Deacon James on the mic talking fire and peace, but behind the chapel, God's work got a crease. 4 boys crouch low where the grass meets stone. One eye on the game, other watching their phone. When not a phone, just the time on a stolen watch. They ain't text, they just read what the hour forgot. Dante got the 8-ball tucked under his sleeve. Eyes cold like a sermon he don't believe. He rolled with his cousin Slim, both barely 15. Sipping flat grape soda out a bottle not clean. They shake dice in a Bible page folded tight. Psalm 23 scribbled over with the word fight. Quiet hit the high note, a dove flaps near, but back here, just curses, coins of fear.
They roll dice in the church lot, where the halo meets the heat. Trying to find some mercy in the shadow of the steeple's beat.
Reverend son Marcus joins with a grin too wide. Cross on his neck, burner low on the side. He bets 5 on a 4, but he eyeing a take. A wolf in lamb's cloth, nipping bread he can break. Lil Ty got a stutter, but the fastest race. He hit trips like the Lord been granting the gifts. But luck breeds envy, and envy don't pray. It waits till the choir fades, then it finds its way. Yo, run that back, Marcus say with a laugh, but his tone too thin, in the mood cut in half. Don step up slow, slips the 8-ball down. Says it's church right, let's not sin with a frown. They all fake a chuckle, but the air got weight, like the stained glass blinked and sealed their fate.
They roll dice in the church lot, where the halo meets the heat. Some boys chase heaven, some gamble at its feet.
It still brings something, even though it's not plugged in. She got a chair down there, near the furnace pipes. Blanket on her lap, sweater zipped up tight. Basement smell of oil and old mop water. But she call it a chapel, a mother, not a martyr. Every night at 9, she's sitting on that crate, dialing numbers that memory won't shake. Her boy went missing in the fall of last year, right after the storm before the church lit there. Police said running, maybe out of state, but she swears she hears him on nights and he just shakes. He used to call from a phone near the laundry chute. Now that line's cut, but she's still waiting to sue.
Mama waits by the furnace glow for a voice she may never know. A prayer in static, a name in steam, but the line just hums like a faded dream.
Yeah, she bring his jacket down, hang it on the pipe, talk to it soft like he's still in sight. Recites his birthday like a rosary prayer, each number another breath lost in the air. Neighbors say she cracked, say it ain't right to talk to a dial tone every single night. But grief don't knock, it moves in unpaid and turns the fuse box into a place you stay. She swear once she heard his laugh in the static, just a flicker, fragile like old vinyl magic. She said, boy, if you out there don't speak, just breathe, and I know it's you, even if no one believes.
I'm awazed by the furnace glow. For a voice she may never know. A prayer in static, a name in steam. But the line just hums like a faded dream. Name in steam.
Was shot around 3:15 this afternoon. No blood out, the scene.
Community, imitate, they didn't see anything, anything. He crossed at the light, same way he did daily. Backpack, sag, low,
Есть в чате живой? Привет.
phone in his hand, no threats, no war face. Just another boy passing through a lost place. 3 shots rang quick, cold like bus brakes. Crowd up low, news van showed up late. By the time moms screamed, the sirens had passed, and the shooter platform glass. Corner store cameras caught nothing but blur. A crow flew off from the wire like it already heard. Cops chalked the walk, then wiped it real fast. Families asking for peace, they said press flag.
Ain't no blood in the crosswalk, but we still know what died. The sun don't warm them shadows when the silence burns to light. Look,
Second tenor, row 3 on the right. Suit pressed clean, face calm under light. Sunday morning, hallelujah in his lungs. But Monday, he moved like a gun with no tongue. They call him Eli, mama called him blessed. Deacon said his voice could part unrest. But out back, he had a blade in his sock. Gold-plated cross and a brick in his walk. Copper cap in his teeth from a fight last year. That's how they knew him on the street. Smile sharp, eyes clear. He robbed a corner boy and sing at the wake. Only man who could steal and forgive in one take. Copper teeth behind the him. Blade hit where mercy been. He danced between the good and grim. Amen, pain always from within. His hands held hymnals, but also held heat. Scripture in his head, but the street on repeat. Say, God know I ain't perfect, but he know my plan. I rob devils in gold chains, not the poor man. He helped Sister Ruth with a grocery load and pulled a lick in the alley where the shadows don't go. Gave his tithe in envelopes, thick with regret. Told the reverend don't count it, just pay the debt. They found a pistol in the baptism tank. Rust on the trigger, initials near the crank. But nobody spoke, not the choir, not the priest. Some sins sing sweeter when the key gets released. Copper teeth behind the him. Blade hit where mercy been. He danced between the good and grim. Amen, ain't always from within. He left the choir at 6. Robbed his first man at 7. Guess the devil don't need to choose when the road street goof bandits.
They buried Aaron, but the grief was real enough to fold hard.
The suit was pressed, jet black, no lint. Tailored like truth with revenge in the stitch. The church was packed, candles all around, but the casket lighter than the sound. They never found them, just blood in the drain. Shoelaces by the curb, soaked in rains. Kept asking for the body, no reply. So the hood gave a closure wrapped in lie. Everybody came like they felt it in their ribs, even those who ain't knew him since kids. Because when the block takes one of his sons, it don't ask for proof, it just gathers and runs.
Fresh suits, empty caskets, crying over ghosts and baskets. If the body don't come home, we still dig graves and bones.
The preacher said he's in a better place, but 3 boys in the back had guns in the waist. No hymns in their mouth, just names on a list, and a prayer for whoever let that trigger twist. Uncle poured liquor near the altar's hill. Said don't matter if he gone, we still feel. And the choir sang flat, but the pain was sharp, like the absence of a heartbeat in the dark. The casket closed slow, mahogany lie. Carried down the aisle while the mothers cried. They buried an idea more than flesh, but in the pews sat a war dressed fresh.
Fresh suits, empty caskets, crying over ghosts and baskets. If the body don't come home, we still dig graves and bones.
No corpse, but the pain weighed heavy. They all left in silence, except one. He stayed, counting bullets in the rain.
It started with tag, just a game after class. Jump ropes, old swings, grass worn into glass. Little Darnell had a juice box tucked in his sleeve. Laughing loud, feet dirty, no reason to leave. Slide creaked like it knew what was coming real slow. Pigeons scattered off the gate, feeling the cold. A shadow stepped close, hoodie down, eyes hard. He wasn't from here, but his grip held scars. He ain't say a word, just looked past the fence at 2 boys yelling over who's it next. Then pop, 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 scream sliced through the rust. In a sandbox, got red, ones held trust.
And Chuck, now that y'all's angels where we used to play, our lines in the sand where joy used to stay.
The moms came running, robe still on, breath gone. The playground froze like a war film in dawn. Darnell lay curled, juice box crushed in his palm. Silence so loud it replaced the alarm. Lil' Kayla dropped the doll, it rolled toward the tape. Eyes wide like she knew what it meant too late. The swing kept moving from a push left behind.
squeaking like a voice that forgot its line. Cops showed up slow, same story, new script. Wrong place, wrong time, but the aim never slips. They clean the shell casings, mark the pole red. The left chalk where a child once laid his head.
Sometimes you wonder if they made it, or if they changed, just vanished better than most.
Heard you moved to Carolina. That's what June said. No goodbye, just a silence where your voice once bled. Last I saw you corner store, hoodie zipped tight. Talking about leaving, said the block stole light. Said the nights got too long and the prayers too short. And the dice never landed right, just came up court. You had dreams like smoke, man, thin but real. Said the city took your brother and that pain don't heal. I ain't judge, we all think of running some days. When the sirens outnumber all the songs we played. You had that duffel bag, torn with the rust sip. And the look in your eyes like a war scar strip.
Carolina, I hope it's kind of you. The past don't chase if the roots don't bloom. But if you're watching from some old porch view, know this block still miss the better part of you.
Tasha lit a candle by the payphone pole. Said you called once, voice dry, sounding broken cold. Didn't say much, just asked if the store still stood and if the barbershop still carved names in wood. They tore down the diner, the one we'd write rhymes with, was gave you free pie past closing time. June got locked and Dante don't speak no more. He just sit on a stoop, eyes fixed on the floor. Me, I write these verses in the back of receipts, still trying to rhyme hope through the cracks in the streets. Still pouring gin for the ghost that roams, still waiting on a letter or a Carolina.
Carolina, I hope it's kind of you. The past don't chase if the roots don't bloom. But if you're watching from some old porch view, know this block still miss the better part of you.
Sun ain't even risen yet, but the corner's already speaking. Every man got a prayer or a pistol, sometimes both.
Dice hit the pavement like gunshots in slow bursts. Grime on the concrete, somebody gon' go first. Ray got a scar by his jaw from a box cutter. He smirking, leaning back, counting cash like a block hunter. Marcy lighting up, puffing stress off the dawn mist. Eyes like he seen too much, and he probably did. A church bell echo in the distance, thin like breath, but right now it's just cash, corners in debt. Little man talk slick, jeans sag, gold front, bet 20 on 6. If it hit your old lunch, Ray grins, palm is shaped like thunderclap. Release, dice roll slow like they know the trap.
Oh, rolling bones in the morning light. Every soul got a price, every corner got a fight.
Marcy said last week Jamal got clipped on the A train. Ray just nods like death part of the day's game. Police sirens curl like smoke from a half-lit Newport. Without here, no court, just street law in two sorts. Killers and those who get killed, no third choice. The dice don't lie, but they never speak in your voice. Little man, pick up palm, sweaty, barely 16. Never seen a classroom since he chased that dream. He thorn, one skid bounces by the stoop step, lands on snake eye silence. And yo, who got next? Gunshots crack 5 blocks west, no one flinch. The city eat us young and don't waste a pinch.
Oh, rolling bones in the morning light. Every soul got a price, every corner got a fight.
Sunlight bleeds down the bricks, gold but a shame. A dealer's chain flickers like it's cursed with blame. Ray pulls out a flask, Jim with the ghost in his gut. Says the ones who smile loud, they the first to cut. There's silence again, wind kicks dust by the hydrant. Lil man look down, pretend and gets he ain't frightened. But Fear lives loud in the young when it's quiet, and fate got a taste for the ones who deny it. A car creeps past slow, tinted unholy. Ray taps his boot, that knife ready low-key. But the ride rolls on, no war, just wanting another day lived, another dice game at morning.
Oh, rolling bones in the morning light. Every soul got a price, every corner got a fight.
Some pray for luck, some pray to die. Dawn don't care, it just watches the sky.
Sunlight touched the dice, but the corner stayed cold.
Every man bets some money, time on the soul.
The dice hit the concrete like thunder from a hymn. Ray had a blade tucked in his boot near the brim. Little man laughed, gold tooth with a crack, pocket full of nickels, but a 38 in his back. Jamal wore silence like a priest wears cloth. He lost 2 brothers last week, same block, same loss. Marcy and Dean had a side hustle with pills, but cops knew the hallway like they paid the bill. Sun peeked through the tenements, slow and ashamed. Roaches scattered like witnesses, dodging a name. A crow flew past with a wing full of dust. Even birds round here don't believe in trust.
Ooh, throw the dice, but don't close your eyes. Everyone come dressed in a stranger's disguise.
Angela cooked grits for twins on a stove, while a man got clipped trying to front with the gold. They found him by the bodega, slumped on a crate, red on his collar like the hands of fate. Curtis ran numbers for the barbershop crowd, wore a cross on his neck like he prayed too loud. He once told me, kid, never trust who smile wide. They clap loudest before the moment you die. A baby cried in 3C like it knew what we hide, like it heard every secret these bricks ever lied. And me, I just write it, keep my face to the wind, trying to rhyme what I live without reliving the sin.
Ooh, throw the dice, but don't close your eyes. Everyone come dressed in a stranger's disguise.
Hey, just roll it down. It's names. Walked the fucking from the day past the flame. You walked the blade from the game. Bucket game stains.
We lit candles till our hands burned, but the rain still came. Some names stay fast, some never leave. We lit lighters on the bridges where the walls cry rust, where murals fade slow but the names don't dust. Every flame a name, every flick a vow. You ain't here no more, but you right here now. Jermaine died at 20, dreams still in his socks, trying to ball out of brownstone before the block got hot. Tasha got hit in the crossfire, walking from school, wrong time, right heart. But these streets ain't cruel, they just numb, just quiet, just smoke in the spine, just blood in the cracks where the prayers unwind. And still we come back every year, same stoop, pour gin in the gutter like a sidewalk truth.
We lit lighters in the rainstorm, trying to keep you warm. Though the sky cried down on
We lost Big Shrev on a Thursday, cold-blooded noon. Gun jammed on the 5th shot, too late to resume. They said he smiled as he felt like he seen the light and made his peace in that final fight. We lost June in the summer in a Sunday dress. Wrong crowd, wrong night, caught a slug in the chest. They held hands at a vigil, but the block just stared. A balloon flew crooked like it knew who cared. It's hard to say who's next. Roulette in the stairwell, graffiti on the pipes where the burnt spoon fell. But we still light flames in the wind with our palms, trying to make warmth where the cold sing songs.
We lit lighters in the rainstorm, trying to keep you warm. Though the sky cried down on your name, we remember through the flame.
Joe and every try and smile when you go a man dance. Belch, and the face and the path thoughts.
She never left the block, but the block never moved without her. Miss Geraldine, queen pen in a church at. Miss Geraldine's basement had 3 padlocks, 2 safes, 1 shotgun, and 12 prayer claws. She
wore velvet gloves in the July heat. Spoke slow, drank gin, and never missed a beat. Her voice like gravel, wisdom with teeth. Every kid on the corner knew not to speak. She ran numbers, lotto slips tucked in a Bible. Church folks whispered, that woman's revival. Old school press curls, pearls like war medals. She knew whose kid got caught, whose debt got settled. Kept a ledger in cursive with blood red ink and a switchblade in the fruit bowl next to the
Down in Miss Geraldine's basement, where secrets sleep and shadows talk, she counted sins like silver pieces and made the law forget to walk.
Cops came twice, left for nothing but shame. She served them pound cake, then erased their names. The preacher took a tithe in thick white envelopes, said God forgives gold long as it floats. Kids with no fathers called her Auntie G. She paid tuition from bets and mystery. Her basement smelled like lavender and iron, like a place where mercy kept hiding from lying. Curtains drawn tight, incense thick in the air. One photo of her husband, just a blank stare. He vanished in 81, no one asked why, but rumor said his sins made her sweeter with time.
Down in Miss Geraldine's basement, where secrets sleep and shadows talk, she counted sins like silver pieces and made the law forget to walk.
When the housing came down, they knocked on her door. She offered them tea, they ain't knocked no more. She passed last spring, funeral packed tight. Even the mayor showed tied crooked with fright. The pastor said nothing about numbers of gin, just called her a pillar, then the choir chimed in. They buried her with that same blade of lace, and half the block still where they seen her face. In the alley near the roadside gate, or sitting on a stoop at a ghost hour late. She never left truly, nah, she too real. Miss Geraldine's basement still turns the wheel.
Down in Miss Geraldine's basement, where the quiet held a crown, she bent the law with a whisper and held this whole block down.
In the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer.
I was born where the street lights flicker like dying stars, where the echoes of ambition bounce off prison bars. Cracked concrete symphonies, kids with empty eyes, sell hope in baggies, truth camouflage and lies. Mom cries silent prayers to a broke down Christ, while dad played roulette with a crooked dice. The corner taught math and grams and lost years, and dreams evaporate in the puddles of our peers. We ain't scholars, we prophets in stolen hoodies, preaching scripture in cipher circles by burnt goodies. Scars ain't badges, they diaries of the fight. Each one a stanza in the poem we write at night. Time don't heal here, it just buries the pain like newspaper soaked in yesterday's rain. So I scribble bars and blood on the back of debt, trying to spit the truth the TV don't let you get.
Ashes in the wind, we drift, we fall, trying to find God in a piss-stained hall. Life's a flicker, then it's gone, no warning. We write eulogies on walls every morning. Ashes in the wind, we drift, we fall, trying to find God in a piss-stained hall. Life's a flicker, then it's gone, no warning. We write eulogies on walls every morning.
I seen innocence drowned in aluminum cans. Kids grow teeth young from doing grown man plans. Fiends talking Morse code, fingers twitching truth, and bullets ask questions, the morgue answers in youth. Every alley got a ghost, every stoop got a tale. A love gone wrong and parole sign mail. My man caught 6 for a crime he ain't do, but the system don't blink, just choose you through. Used to dream of stages, now I dream of sleep, with no siren scream and the sky ain't cheap. They say keep your head up, I say nah, keep low, cause the world aim high when they see you glow. We ain't just broke, we fractured, splintered in thought, still wearing the chains that our grandfathers fought. But I pin these bars like they freedom seeds, plant them deep in a verse and pray they bleed.
Ashes in the wind, we drift, we fall, trying to find God in a piss-stained hall. Life's a flicker, then it's gone, no warning. We write eulogies on walls every morning. Ashes in the wind, we drift, we fall, trying to find God in a piss-stained hall. Life's a flicker, then it's gone, no warning. Think I feel wish that their hearts are darling.
We ain't gone, we just quieter now. Dust don't disappear, it just settles till the wind calls again.
with no guards. Traded gold for a grove, wounds for stars. Tired of the noise, so I moved with trees. Found more truth in the hush than in thrones or decrees. My robe was a burden stitched tight with pride, so I shed that skin, let the silence guide. You don't need a crown when your soul feel light. I found kingdom in the quiet and peace at night. No parade, just the wind in the reeds and the sound of my breath over broken needs. Look for a king, I became a stream, flowing past the throne toward a deeper dream.
No war, no sound, just a sky that weeps. The crown now sleeps where the silence keeps. Lay it down, let the weight release. Sometimes the greatest kings just seek peace.
Yeah, yo. Walk through the halls with a heavy head. Scriptures in my heart, but the ink ran red. They crowned me in chaos, but I craved the calm. So I stepped off the marble, palms to the psalms. Legacy's loud, but love is soft. And I trade every cheer for the peace they lost. So I sit in the shade where the wild things grow, with a journal in hand and no throne to show. See, I built empires with the weight of pain, but the soul needs sun, not just kingdom reign. So I whispered farewell, let the city blur. Now the crown sleeps quiet, and I prefer her.
No war, no sound, just the sky that weeps. The crown now sleeps where the silence keeps. Lay it down, let the weight release. Sometimes the greatest kings just seek peace. Ooh, his power, but to walk away is freedom.
Don't make a king, but pressure made us gods. Yo, mud on the Thames, crown in the trench. I spit gems from the gutter like a diamond wrench. Smoke in my lungs, pain in the stash. I was raised where the prayers get dashed like glass. Laugh with the dealers, dapped up the saints. Carved my name in the game with the ink that taints. I'm royalty cousin, but the throne got dents. And the robes smell like weed, war, and rent. Freestyle noble, mouth full of slang. I'm the black Beethoven with a 40 bang. Every verse I lay feel dipped in chrome. And I spit like the Ave was my ancient home. Freestyle noble, mouth full of slang. I'm the black Beethoven with a 40 bang. Every verse I lay feel dipped in chrome. And I spit like the Ave was my ancient home.
Will you wear the crown with no diamonds in it? Gold chain swing while the clock's still ticking. Raised in the ruins, born from the street. Gutter royalty, that's blood in the beat.
Blown over your jacqueline, oppression underneath. Blown over your jacqueline, oppression underneath. Yo, drone built from crates and torn up flyers. I'm that shadow in the cipher that the game admires. Move like a monk in the madness. Clean with the blade, but my thoughts in the trench where the roaches paraded. Yo, royalty and silk is survival and cold. Where the real get buried and the lies get sold. Got a scepter in my voice, every word hit bricks. I'm a son of the smoke where the loyalty sticks. My crown don't shine, but my name still glow. When the gutter taught me everything the palace don't know. So I spit like a king with a rebel's heart. Yo, the Ave's my chapel and the beat my art.
Will you wear the crown with no diamonds in it? Gold chain swing while the clock's still ticking. Raised in the ruins, born from the street. Gutter royalty, that's blood in the beat.
Yo, my notebook breathe like a loaded weapon. Every line etched deep like a cursed confession. Mind like a maze where the shadows chase. Voices in my head screaming, write it, erase. I dissect verbs with a scalpel tongue. Bars tighter than a noose where the madmen hung. Syllables twist like a venomous dance. I black out and wake with blood on the stanza. Quill full of toxins, dripping in rage. Ink bleeds stories that escape the cage. And I don't write to live, I write cause the mirror cracked when I smiled and the ink got clearer.
This ink don't dry, it stains your mind. 1,000 thoughts you'll never find. It burns the page, it warps your crane. Pleasantly cool, ready again. This ink don't dry, it stains your mind. 1,000 thoughts you'll never find. It burns the page, it warps the pen. Poison ink will write again.
I write scrolls in the cellar of doubt, with the ghost of the past trying to scratch their way out. Each line a dagger, dipped in code. Cipher born in the rain where the prophets rode. The ink bubble boil like a chemical brew. Flip the page to the flame, my bars stay true.
scribe with a shogun's blade. Thoughts stack heavy like a decade's grave. My pen got weight like a priest with sins. It confesses in silence while the madness spins. I don't bleed on beats, I distill them slow and drip that poison in the vein of the flow.
This ink don't dry, it stains your mind. 1,000 thoughts you'll never find. It burns a page, it warps a pen. Poison ink will write again.
I didn't write to be famous, I wrote to survive. And sometimes to thank all your middle grade.
You ever seen a man pray with a pistol in his lap? That's what faith looked like. Out here,
I keep the 9 near the ashtray, prayer on the dash. Moving through the city where the moments don't last. Chain heavy, mind sharper than fate. Bullet holes in the past, but I'm walking with grace. Candlelight flicker in abandoned pews while I write my verse with the funeral blues. They ask how I smile while I sleep in harm. Told them God understand when I speak through arms. Confessions in the hallway, truth and code. I baptized the beef with a switchblade O. So I toast to the pain, let the angels hum. With a loaded chrome prayer rolling off my tongue.
Chrome and songs, that's how we live. Steel in hand, but still forgive. Ashes fall, but we stand calm. In the church of flame with our chrome and psalms.
yeah. Hollow tips and hallelujahs clash in my chest while the devil break bread where the choir rests. Gold teeth glisten like stained glass broken. I write my pain in a rosary cloak. Bible in the jacket with a flick blade tucked in the ink from my pen like the blood they clutched. I don't pray for peace, I pray to endure. Every scripture I spit got a crack in the floor. Go smooth silent like a hymn on trial, but my words lift bricks like a martyr's file. Ain't no choir but the sirens hum. Still I bow in the street with the smoking drum.
Chrome and songs, that's how we live. Steel in hand, but still forgive. Ashes fall, but we stand calm. In the church of flame with our chrome and songs.
Yeah, these letters ain't words, they survival in ink. Truth dripping slow from the edge of the brink. I've been forged in the heat where the hope turned cold, and I write with a rhythm that redeemed the soul. Mama said grace but the stove stayed cold. Pops played jazz while the world got old. I see angels in rags and wisdom in grime, so I plant poems in pain just to bloom in time. They threw flames, but I learned how to breathe. Turn smoke into verses and lost in the seed. This ain't rap, it's a prayer from scars, a letter from the furnace to remind who we are.
These are letters to the flame, written slow, signed in pain. Through the smoke, I still remain. Fire don't kill, it changed the name.
Word, wrote this in the basement with no heat in the pipes, with a siren sing louder than dreams at night. I ain't run from the fire, I walked it calm, learned to speak with my fists and think with psalms. Pen bleeds scripture, every line of cold, and my notebook carry what the system stole. I've been still in the storm, eyes wide on a spark, even hell got echoes if you listen through dark. So I rhyme like I'm burning, but glowing inside, turning every bruise to a verse I ride. Just that furnace faith, no fear in the frame, just a letter to the blaze, and I sign my name.
These are letters to the flame, written slow, signed in pain. Through the smoke, I still remain. Fire don't kill, it changed the name.
Metal mask melt minds in the mainframe fog. Spit scripts on the circuit where the shadows jog. Algorithms twitch, but I speak in decay. Lines twist like wires in a rusted relay. Metal mask melt minds in the mainframe fog. spit scripts on the circuit where the shadows jog. Algorithms twitch, but I speak in decay. Lines twist like wires in a rusted relay. Cold ash in the chipset, soul in command. Leave glyphs and graffiti that machines don't scan. Filling in the firewall, cloaked in verse, while the city collapse in a chrome-bound curse. Cybernetic sermon, glitching and loop, still cooking from the ruins in a soul-proof suit. This the analog dust over digital bones, and I wrote this rhyme in abandoned zones.
Ashes fall on steel and stone. We speak in code when we walk alone. Burn the map, but kept the hymn. Now the fire speaks throughout.
Yeah, dust storms on drives that are bled from the core. I've been spitting in the engine where the ghosts implore. Got drones in my rear view, fire in my file. Still ghosting through the network with apocalypse style. Bleak beat prophet, modulated nerve. Rewire my purpose on a post height curve. See the cables, that's fame. See the screen, that's sky. I built my rebellion in the glitch and goodbye. Ain't no gods in the grid, just loops and loss. And the price of the truth is the heat and cost. So I rhyme like a relic, soul in the spark. Ashes and algorithm